computer isn't working properly, I'm not sure why, so it's not going to load the PowerPoint presentations that I've got in the employees, but I'm just going to improvise and talk you through everything I was going to talk about today. So I'm Mark from Blairvadach, I'm one of the staff based down there. Blairvadach's been in existence for about 42 years now. What makes it different than other outdoor education centres is it belongs to Glasgow. Yeah? So the centre is owned by the same people that owns the school here. The staff are employed by the same people that employ the teachers. And I am. So, several reasons that we get you to come to Blairvadach, and they're shown here on the screen. So we've got adventure, we've got a challenge, and education. Alright, that's the three things you're going to be working on when you're with us. So you're going to be going out on adventures. We'll talk about activities in a wee while. But loads of different activities, different locations and different places. We're doing challenges all the time. So those challenges can be everything from all the cool activities that you'll be doing, but they can also just be a challenge being away from home for some people at your age. So it'll be challenging, maybe even challenging trying new foods and things when you're with us at the same. Alright. Education, key word there. I'm afraid when you're with us you're still going to be learning stuff. Yeah, it's not all going to be fun, but most of it will. Okay. It's different learning in school. Okay. So where we are is down by Helensburgh. At this point I would normally have a map that pops up and shows you where it is. Just beyond Helensburgh, a little place called Brew. Okay, so the good things about that are it's only about an hour from here, so it's not too long in the bus for you on the Monday and the Friday. We've got Loch Lomond nearby, we've got the sea right in front of the centre, and we've got beautiful mountains just north of us. So it's a perfect location for doing outdoor sports. Yeah, and it's situated just at the edge of the national park. Yeah, so we can get through that. So when you're with us, you are going to be getting fed. Yeah, you're with us for a week. So food's pretty important when you're with us. Hands up who's a fussy eater, who's a picky eater in here? Anyone? Alright, good. Okay, right, hands back down. The good news is the food at Blairvadach is really, really good. And I've not tasted the food here at your school, but all the school visits that I go to, I get told the food at Blairvadach is way better than the food you get at school. Okay. Yeah. So how it works, you guys will get breakfast in the morning. Yeah. You'll get, on the first day, you get a sit-down cooked lunch. Every evening you'll be sitting down in your teams you're working on during the day. So you'll be in activity groups, about 8 people to each instructor. Alright. And in Blairvadach we really try and get you the same instructor all week. Okay, so and the reason for that is it allows you to get to know your instructor, but also allows your instructor to get to know you guys, okay? And be able to encourage you more because they know what your strengths and weaknesses and things you need to work on are. So you'll be dining in your teams. We've got lovely waitresses and waiters at Blairvadach, but I'm afraid that is your lot. Yeah. So you will be clearing up some stuff after yourselves and looking after yourselves. Food wise, loads of options at dinner, loads of options in the morning for breakfast and things. But it's just really important if you're one of those people that's a little bit fussy with food, that you turn up prepared to try new things and prepared to eat. Because you're going to be more active than you probably ever have been in your lives. For the whole week you're going to be on activity. So we need you to turn up prepared to eat some food. James, can you do that for me? Yeah, good. Food is good. Cool. You do get to sleep at Blairvadach as well. Yeah, you'll be glad to hear. We've got 2 types of rooms. Slightly older ones that were there when the centre was built, and new ones that we've got fairly more recently. They are both little bunk bedrooms, alright, so they've got 4 beds in them. Some of them have got a bathroom in the room as well, and some of them have just got a bathroom right outside. So it depends on what rooms you get. I'm sure, like you did this morning, you all get up about 6 and make your beds and tidy your rooms? Yeah, sure. So that will be happening at Blairvadach. You won't be up at 6, but you'll be getting up in the morning and you'll be tidying your rooms, because we do a thing called room inspections. Yeah. So you guys, every morning, are going to get the principal of the centre is going to come round. It's like your head teacher. Yeah. They're going to come round, they're going to check that you've made your beds, that the floor is clear, and everything's been put away and tidy. If they're happy with it, you get to go out on activity. If you don't, you need to finish cleaning it before you go out. Alright? That brings me on to one of the things we're going to be working on, which is being responsible for yourselves. Alright? So, when you're with us for that week, you're going to be working on a couple of things. You're going to be working on the 3 on the board that I mentioned. You're going to be challenging yourself, loads of adventures and education. You're going to be working on good behaviour. You're going to be putting loads of effort. You're going to be working on being responsible for yourselves. and you're also going to be working on your teamwork, alright? So it's a big, nice journey your week with us. You're going to be being independent a lot of it. So that's food, that's where you sleep, activities, alright? So you guys are coming in March. Still quite cold in March, isn't it? Can be. So when you're with us in March, we will provide you with everything that you need for the activities. So all the technical equipment, obviously if you're going rock climbing, we provide all the stuff that you require, all the safety equipment and things. We'll also provide you with welly boots, waterproof trousers, jackets, a big kind of hoodie jumper, a big pair of mittens, anything else that you require for your activities. So please, parents, don't be going out and buying stuff you don't need it, okay? All they need to bring along with them is a couple of sets of old clothes, yeah? Trackie bottoms are the best thing. Jeans don't work in outdoor activities. If they get wet, they're really uncomfortable as well. Yeah. So a couple of sets of warm stuff, some big warm socks, not little ankle socks please. What really helps us as well is if we can write on the labels, because we have a laundry service at Blairvadach. That's why we don't need to take millions of stuff. So when you put your stuff in the laundry, what happens every night, about 9 o'clock you get supper, which is a cup of hot chocolate and a biscuit before you go to bed. At that point we get your laundry that you put in the wash, and young people in Glasgow just deny their knowledge. They're like, no, none of it's mine. Alright, we've got a table full of laundry every night and nobody says it's theirs. And so it's really helpful if we've got initials on labels, okay? Evening clothes. So the evening activities will be happening, but most of the time they are in the centre. Alright, so you need activity clothes for during the day. That's warm, old stuff, because it's definitely going to be getting muddy and dirty. And you can bring some stuff to wear around the centre that's maybe a little bit better, okay? If you behave yourselves with your week with us, we will have a disco on the Thursday night. And sometimes people want to bring something a little bit smarter to wear to the disco. But as I said, don't be going out and buying anything. We will provide them all the equipment they require. Something else is really helpful, parents, is if you can get them to pack their bags themselves before they come. Because my Friday afternoons at Blairvadach are trying to help people shut suitcases, because they've never done it themselves and they say they can't pack, okay? So if they do it themselves before they come, they know it's theirs, they know it's in the bag, and they know how to put it back together when they're leaving us in the plane. So, what else do we have? We have activities. Yeah, I think we're doing loads of them. I mentioned the weather in March is cold, and even with all the equipment that we're going to get on, we're going to need to pick and choose our activities depending on the weather. So the important thing is that we're flexible with that. We'll probably plan not to do water activities that time of year because the water's really, really cold. So we'll put a programme together that's generally land-based. Okay, and the land-based activities at Blairvadach are things like gorge walking. Yeah, so you'll get a bit wet, but you'll be climbing up waterfalls, you'll be helping your team to journey up a gorge. Yeah. You'll maybe do a hill walking day, which is an adventure. You'll be setting off all day into the forest, taking a packed lunch, and going out from about 9:30 in the morning till 4:30 in the afternoon, walking up a mountain. I had a group yesterday who were out hill walking at Blairvadach, and we took them up into the snow and on a hill above Lochomond. So things like that. An activity called scrambling, which is there's a set of caves near Blairvadach. Does anyone like spiders? No, luckily there's no spiders in the caves up there, none at all. Go scrambling. We might do biking, so hands up if you can ride a bike. Alright, so majority of the room, that's cool, okay. And if you can't ride a bike, there was 2 young ladies who were in primary 7 that learned how to go a bike at Blairvadach last week. Okay, so we can also teach you. So mountain biking is something we do. We do orienteering, we do loads of activities, climbing, inside, climbing, rock climbing, indoors and outdoors. A whole host of things. The key thing for you all to remember is that we're going to be challenging you this whole year. That means that when you get scared, you get tired, it's day 3, you've been talking to your friends too late at night and not sleeping enough, yeah, and you're a wee bit grumpy, you'll still be going outside doing these activities regardless of the weather, alright? So you need to be coming to us prepared to challenge yourselves. Yeah, the totem pole on the tree, yeah. So we've got a climbing tree at Blairvadach which is 20 metres high. Yeah. So really, really big, alright? The great thing about the Blairvadach instructors is we're all really experienced. We chose to be outdoor instructors because it's something we're passionate about. Most of us spend our time and our own time climbing mountains and kayaking places, yeah. So when you're with us, we're not going to be pushing anyone too hard. Yeah, it's a thing called challenge by choice when you're with us, okay? going to come along, you're going to be accepting that you're going to be challenged, and you're going to want to be trying things. But if you get scared, you've had enough, your instructor will adapt the activity so that they're achievable by everyone. Yeah? So everyone in here will be able to do all the things we do, because we can always adapt things, alright? So we're there to teach you stuff and push you. With all things, there's a little bit of risk in outdoor activities. Yeah? So when I say risk at these things, people are always like, what does risk mean? Yeah, so hands up if you had a bump or a bruise doing some form of sport before. Has anyone had a bump or a bruise doing sport? Yeah, okay, hands back down. Me too. It's just the same in outdoor sports, okay? So we'll do everything at Blairvadach. We're regulated by the Adventurous Activities Licensing Authority. All the instructors at Blairvadach are really highly qualified in all the sports that we coach. We do an amazing job on safety and we don't have any problems. But if I say don't trip over that tree root and you're not listening and you fall and you get a wee bump in your knee, that happens in all sports and it's no different than the ones we do. Right. Mobile phones, we don't want them at the centre, so please don't send them with them. And the reason for that is sometimes at your age when you go away from home for a week, sometimes people get a little bit homesick. Maybe it happens the first night, maybe it happens in the second night. By Wednesday, you'll know when to go home. Yeah? But if you've got a mobile phone, what happens is if they phone home, it just makes it worse. Yeah, and it really does. It's really noticeable. We've seen the pattern before. So we don't need phones, we don't need jewellery, we don't need consoles of any kind, we don't need anything valuable. Don't bring aerosol sprays. If you think about bringing deodorant, the roll-on type is better because the aerosol sprays set off our fire alarm. Yeah. You don't need chewing gum. You also don't need a bag full of sweeties. Okay? And the reason for that is we have a little tuck shop at Blairvadach and we will sell you some sweets. And the reason we prefer to do that is not because we're trying to make money, it's because if you guys turn up on Monday with a big bag of sweeties, what's going to happen when we send you to bed Monday night? You're going to eat them all, yeah? You're going to be up too late, you're going to be feeling sick, yeah? And it won't be good for you, alright? So by you not bringing all those things, we can then control the food, yeah? Because what we found in the past when people have brought things, if they don't like what's on the menu at dinner, rather than challenging themselves and trying something new, they think, oh, it's alright because I've got hundreds of crisps upstairs, I'll wait till later, alright? So, try not bring the rubbish. Okay. Loads of activities, loads of fun activities in the evening as well. You guys are going to be in there with another school. There's another school in the centre at the same time. The centre is a controlled, closed campus, just like the school. So the only people in the centre are the young people, the teachers and the Blairvadach staff who are also education. Got a big bit of land around the centre, so depending on the weather and things, you can get outside to play sometimes in the evening. You'll also be doing a thing called a Blairvadach portfolio, which is a bit of homework, I'm afraid. You'll be sitting down in the evenings in your teams and you'll be doing a little bit of written work. And you'll be doing that to reflect on your day. So looking back at all the stuff we've covered, all the things you've learned, the instructor will be taking photos in the centre of Blairvadach cameras. We'll be printing out the pictures, we'll be putting maps in there of places you've been and things you've done. And at the end of the week we'll put a little binding on it so it's like a little book to bring home. Yeah? And it saves you when you arrive home on the Friday having to explain to everybody everything you've done. They can have a little look through your book, see all the work you've been putting in. So when you're with us, it's important that you put in the effort to those, because we've had people come back to the centre for a visit from 30 years ago and they've still got their Blairvadach portfolios with pictures from when they were there. So it's a nice kind of keepsake. So, my apologies that I don't have slides to flick through. The imagery is much better than just me speaking over. I will just go to the back, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to open some of the photos that are just on the website here of some of the venues and things we'll be doing. I'll stick some of them up for a wee minute, and then after that we'll ask any questions you cover anything. So this photo here is outside the centre of Blairvadach, so you can see this is looking right out on the water. It should open there. So this is looking out in front of the centre. There's a group kayaking in the sea. We've got loads of sailboats around the centre because it's a big sailing area on the Firth of Clyde. There's people getting out of the kayaks. this is the kind of thing you can be doing. We have a climbing wall, and this is Blairvadach's indoor climbing wall here, where you can go and learn all the basics about rock climbing, about teamwork and taking care of each other. And then, if you're lucky enough and the weather's there, we can progress you to climbing outside on things like this. This is somebody abseiling down a wall, yeah. So obviously with all the safety equipment on, helmets, harnesses, they'll have rock climbing shoes on. And this is at a place called Auchenstary in Kilsyth. I mentioned that we're going to plan not to do water sports, but if we were fortunate enough in March that we got beautiful, clear, still day like we have today, then it is an option. It's something that if we can give them the opportunity to do something that they wouldn't normally get that time of year, we will put it in there. We'll just do the best things we can possibly with them to match the conditions. Other things that we do require, obviously we'll get the paperwork from the school telling us about diets and things, so if anyone's got any special dietary needs, just make sure that information is passed over to the school. The kitchen at Blairvadach are really good and really used to dealing with any and every condition you've probably ever heard of. Medication as well, so the teachers will be controlling any medication that they require with them, but it's just important that they definitely get sent with it. Sometimes on the consent form someone might have like asthma and an inhaler, and then they come down on a Monday and they've just not got it with them. And there's just a delay. It takes us time to then get the paperwork sent through to us being able to go to the local doctor and get an inhaler. Right, and they can't go out on activities like that. Medications and stuff that we require. Right, so I'm going to open the floor for any questions. If there is any questions that you don't want to open and ask in an open forum, specifically about something, come and speak to me at the end. But if you're young people, we'll start with you guys. Any questions about your time with us, what we'll do here? Yeah, right.
Is it bunk?
Bunk beds, yeah, so four people in a room. You'll be sharing with 4 of your classmates. Your teachers will be deciding who that is. They'll be putting you in a room, I'm sure, with someone that, at least someone that you're friendly with. But they'll be putting you in a room that you will also probably behave well in, yeah, for your own benefits, yeah. So they've got 2 sets of bunk beds, 4 beds.
So you like the groups to do activities, what can you choose?
So again, the teachers will be choosing them, yeah.
Before you go, we ask you to give us a list of 4 of your pals, and that applies to your rooming and your activities. And what we do is we sit and we make sure that everybody's in a room and in a group with at least one friend. You can't be in, sometimes it's all of your pals are in the one room, but we always make sure at least 1 or 2 of your friends are in that room, so there's a lot of thought put into it.
When do you write down 4 or 3? Because you have to include
4. You can write 4 names and that gives us something to work with. Okay? 4 of your friends.
Do you know what school is going to be?
I actually don't, no.
Are they going to, is someone going to be in the same room?
No, they're not. So how it works is, Blairvadach's got 4 corridors, yeah. So corridors 1, 2, 3 and 4. They're on 2 different levels in parts of the building. So you lot will be in one set of corridors, and the other school will be in the other set of corridors. There'll also be a corridor for boys and a corridor for girls. And at the end of those corridors, there's only one way in. At the end of those corridors, in the end room nearest the door, one of the staff will be sleeping there, alright? So the only time you're in your rooms is when you're going to bed, yeah? And at that point in time, we have a member of your teaching staff just at the end of the corridor in case you had any issues during the night, you can chat to the door. And there's also, obviously, there's Blairvadach staff on 24 hours a day. But you will be spending time with the other group in the social time that you have at the centre. So you won't be on activity with them, you won't be in the same room as them, but in the free time in the evenings, they'll be around the centre just like you will. And it's a really interesting thing. And when I started working at Blairvadach, I always thought, how would it work? 2 groups of young people in a different part of the city mixing. And I thought it might not. But every single week at Blairvadach, Monday night, people are looking around a little bit, wondering who each other are. You know what, by Tuesday it's like one big group. And it just lets you get to know other people from your side. It's a good thing.
Are St. Constance going to be the only people going to Blairvadach on the same week as us?
No, there's another school there.
Lori, are you listening to what we've just been talking about? There would be one other school there with us.
What school is it?
I don't know. We'll already be asked.
Just ask that question as well.
That was good. So there's two new corridors and there's two old corridors.
Yeah, I mentioned that at the start.
And they said the old corridor is scary.
Scary? I wouldn't say so. Yeah, so Blair.
Scary, I think the scary bit is if you're in the room next to the teacher.
Yeah,
That's
I
the
think
one
that.
that's the scary bit.
Yeah, they're not scary at all. Any other questions? Okay, so we'll move on to adults. Anything you want to ask?
Can I just say, if any child suffers from travel sickness and they're used to taking maybe travel sickness pills before going on a trip, could you make sure that before they kind of come that morning when we're leaving, they take their travel sickness pill and they come with something for the return journey? And it's kind of in a package that's labelled and that's kind of listed on the list of medication. And some children also come with wee bags as well. Anything like that, if we could know about that and we come prepared. Not everybody needs it, just some children sometimes get a wee bit travel sick. Hair dryers is another thing we don't need here, but it's
No,
hair dryers.
we do have hair
supply.
dryers in the corridor, so it's not anything you have to do.
So boys, you'll be alright. No hair dryers needed.
Is there showers to
Yeah, so it tends to be what happens is there's showers in the corridor upstairs where your bedrooms are, but most of the time what happens is the way the day's structured, okay, in Blairvadach is at 7:45 you'll be getting woken up in the morning. At 8:15 you'll be having breakfast, and your team that you're working for discussing what's going on in the day ahead. At 9 o'clock your instructor will meet you and they'll be taking you out on activity from just after 9 till about 4:30 in the afternoon. You'll be coming into the centre definitely wet and muddy and cold. Okay? You'll then want a shower. So there's changing rooms and showers downstairs. Yeah. When you come in, you can hang up your waterproof stuff that you've been wearing throughout the day, and then you'll go into one of those shower rooms and get showered and changed. The people that will be in there are some of your classmates, and it's like the swimming pool with showers that are like little cubicles, you know, individual ones. From there, you progress through, you get a little period of free time. Dinner's at 5:30. You do something in the evening, you'll spend some time doing portfolios, an activity, and then bedtime. So the shower's normally after the activity. Yes. Toiletries. Yeah, so everything you would require for going.
And towels, don't forget the towel. Okay.
How much money do you recommend?
So the touch up. Do you set a limit?
The
Different
school
schools?
usually sets a limit,
Okay.
and the children come with the money in an envelope. You'll be sent kind of information beforehand.
It's not much to be honest.
It's not.
They'll be allowed one item per night. We won't sell them any more than that. And as I said, it's so we can control it. But there is opportunity at the end of the week if they've got anything extra, they can buy a little souvenir for somebody at home. Well,
You know the minute you walk out the door, all
Yeah.
these hands will go up.
so yeah. So any questions?
Been warned. Any other questions? Here's one
The
here.
school's been with us several times, yeah, so the staff do know. If there is anything that comes up that you definitely want an answer to, they can pick up the phone and phone me, and I'll pass on.
Will we be in the same room, like in the shower room with some people? Like, will there be?
Wee separate cubicles.
It's just like going to a swimming bath if it's got separate showers, yeah.
Yeah.
And you'll have a separate changing room from the other school as well, so you know the girls from your class will have their own changing room. And so.
Amanda?
So what time do you leave it to come home? So we try and get you back at school for school finishing time on Friday. Alright, so you'll be back here at the normal time we finish on Friday. You'll leave us about 2 o'clock.
Will we do an activity on that day?
Yeah, so just in the morning, you'll have a sit down lunch with your team and your instructor. We do a little presentation where your instructor gets up in front of both schools that are there and they give some feedback about your week. They'll tell the group about you, how you have performed, and give you any tips for the future that they want to have. Yeah.
Sorry?
Sorry?
No, if you can just give us a wee list. It always says put 4 names that you would like to work with and share a room with. and they put all the names together and they check who wants to share with who, and they make sure every child is in a room with at least one of their pals, and they're in a group with at least one of their pals, and they try to make the groups different from the rooming groups, so you're mixing with other people and you're not with the same crowd all the time, which is a more healthy way of doing it. Okay?
You see, for sharing rooms, will we be sharing rooms with another school?
No. We're going to work on your list now when you come.
No.
So, as I said, we're planning not to, and most often that time of year we won't be, but as an example, there's a group in the centre this week, and this time of year we don't plan, but there's a group going to Canoeing today. And the reason being, they were interested in it, and the conditions are perfect for it. So it's something, it could be worthwhile. Yeah.
See, boys, can they be jail?
Yeah. So just toiletries like you would if you were going away to stay anywhere, yeah?
Can I just say one thing? When we talk about getting mucky and dirty, we mean really dirty. And they come in from some activities covered in mud from head to toe. I remember one trip we went, a girl turned up with a brand new set of white joggies and sweatshirts, and these were brand new and they're all white. Couldn't believe my eyes when I saw it. But they didn't stay white for long. We really mean it. Old clothes that you don't mind getting ruined, because we're talking massive amounts of mud and water and weight.
If you've got washing facilities,
So,
just
we say 2 sets of activity clothes and 2 sets of everything you think they would require to dress warmly, minus waterproofs and all that, we provide that. And then some clothes for the just well around the centre of the evening. And as I said, so each day, on Monday after the activities, they'll put their laundry in a bucket and it'll be given back to them before bedtime.
It's all tumble dried and it's back before bed we've got to hand it back.
and they carried all their own bags as well, so.
Yeah. You okay?
Really?
We do have washing machines, that's
No, you don't bring straighteners. No straighteners,
And the reason
okay?
for that is, as with mobile phones and all these things, so like in school, every electrical device in the school gets checked. Yeah, it's a thing called pat testing. They've all got these stickers on somewhere saying that it's been checked. It happens every year. And we do that so that the place is super safe and nothing can catch fire. Yeah? And what happens if you guys then bring a pair of straighteners that are old and a wee bit wonky wires and stuff, yeah? So that's why we don't. Alright, so we don't want any electrical items. Yes. Boring questions.
Brush, toothbrush, toothpaste, soap, shampoo.
I've already asked. Yes.
You wouldn't be able to recharge it though, if you needed to. So, maybe just bring a normal toothbrush, keep it simple.
Let's see how this is. Yeah, that's how you have to. A list of things, yeah. The school normally will provide you with a list of items. Yeah. So paperwork will be coming out to you. The school will give you consent forms and all the paperwork. Please just make sure you fill them in accurately. As I said, because again, what we've had is the school have got a record. Maybe a young person, asthma is a good example. So we've had asthma in P1, 2, and then they're thrown out of it, but it's still in the form. So when we still need to treat whatever as it is written down. So just make sure that. Yes.
Are we going to bring in clothes and sheets and towels?
No.
Can we bring in towels?
Why would you? The centre's got loads of those.
No, we've never brought our own pillows before.
You don't need them. All pillows are pretty much the same. Yeah.
And some, like slippers, or some kind of soft footwear for evening. It's just something comfy for kind of walking about, and something you're used to wearing at home. When you get in at night, you just want to swap about, okay? So slippers or anything like that, fine.
Sweets and stuff like that.
Yes.
Is it okay for lunches and like?
We'll provide you the lunch, so you won't need anything extra. at lunchtime you get a choice of different filled rolls, little baguettes, and they're quite big, but like on a hill walking day you could even take 2 of them if you wanted, if you thought you were going to be hungry. There'll be crisps, there'll be fruit and stuff out, there'll be a cake of some description, and you get to choose that at lunch.
No sweets.
So you don't need anything.
That's the rule, no sweets. Okay. And don't forget your jammies. Okay, jammies.
If anything comes up, I'm going to be here for another 5-10 minutes. Just come and speak to me. But thank you for listening, and we really look forward to having you in the second season.
Thank you.